Hello, everyone. Today we're doing TryHackMe's Watcher capture the flag. So let's just copy the IP address. And there's a bunch of questions or flags. So there's 7 flags. It says it's a boot to root. So just set that and then just do an Nmap scan. And then set the IP address in here. And since we have port 80, let's do a Feroxbuster scan on it. And we get flag 1 right there. So let's curl the flag 1. So flag 1 says robots.text, what is next? So that's a hint at checking robots.text. So let's check that. And we get two different allows. One we already got was the flag 1 from right here. And then we have a secret file, do not read. So let's copy this. You can't just curl this by itself. It's not going to work. But if you look right here, there's a post.php. So we could use a local file inclusion to do post.php question mark post equals and then the name of the file. And right here you get access to the file, because if you just curl it, it gives you a 403 or not authorized. So right here it says the credentials for the file transfer protocol server are below. I've set the files to be saved to home FTP user FTP file. So we have the username and the password. So let's copy this and put it up here for. So we just need this. We could remember the other part. So if we go FTP and then FTP user, enter, and then put in the password. And then if you ls la, there's flag 2. So let's get that. And then there's files. So if we go into files and ls la, there's nothing in here, but it's saying that they've set files to be saved here. So since we have local file inclusion, we know where the files are going to be, and it's PHP. We can have a reverse shell for PHP. So if you just get one from Pentest Monkey or from revshells.com and edit it to your to your settings, your IP and port, and then we'll start a netcat listener. And then for over here, since we're in the files, just put your script or your reverse shell, and then you can just exit that. And then since we have this, let's copy this. And then we'll just do curl, and we'll change this to that, and then just put the rest of the name, into the directory, and then the name of your file. And then when you curl that, you'll get a shell, reverse shell. So now we just stabilize that. Now you don't have to do this part. I just have to do it because mine's in split screen. But if you get screen wrap, this is how you prevent that from like if the letters like stop right here and then start right over here again, that's how you prevent that. So you type in that, and to get that, you just do STTY size, and it gives you it. All right, so now that we're in here, we can do find name flag 3.text to dev null, and then while that's doing that, we'll cat this flag that we have here so we get the second one. And then flag 3 is right there, so we can just cat this. And we get the flags. Now if we just check if we have any permissions, we do. We can use sudo as Toby for all. So just do sudo -u Toby, and then just do bash-p, and then we get Toby. So let's change directories into Toby's home. And we get flag 4, so let's cat flag 4. And then there's a note, so let's cat the note. And it says, hi Toby, I've got all the cron jobs set up, so now you don't have to worry about getting that done, Matt. So if we just cat the cron tab, there's one for Matt that's in Toby's home jobs, and it's cow shell. So if we just change directory into jobs and cat cow, all it's doing is bin bash copy, so we could read it and we can write to it because it's ours, obviously. So if we just go to open a new tab and then go to revshells.com and then just get a bash bash reverse shell and just copy that. We'll just go in here and we'll just do echo single quote and then just do a bash shebang and then redirect that into cow.sh, and then we'll just do a chain command and do another echo single quote and then paste the reverse shell in the single quote and then double redirect so we're not writing over the shebang into cow.sh. And you should have had a netcat listener up already. And this is the wrong, I already have a netcat, that one's wrong, sorry. So it's got to be a different IP address or a different one than the one you're already in. So it runs every minute, so you'll just have to wait. There we go. See, now we're Matt. Now we stabilize the shell again. It's a pain doing it all this. Ugh. All right, now if we get flag 5, live and die by the cow. Sounds like some Hindu stuff. Nothing against religion. Everybody's fine to practice whatever they feel like. So let's cat that note. And it says you can only run the script with sudo as Python. So we have a Python script that we could use. So if we just do sudo l, we can see what the script is. Will script py, it's in script. So if we just change directory into scripts, let's cat the will. So this one is doing import OS, import sys, and then it's doing from command, import git command. So from this command, it's importing git command. So we have read and write permissions to this one. So we could do a Python hijack. So let's start another netcat listener. For a third different port, because we're going to do another reverse shell in here for Python. So we'll just go to rev shells again, and then we'll go down to Python 3 shortest, and just copy this. Make sure this is different or matches your listener. We only need the up to the import part. We don't need the actual Python 3-C, and we don't need the end. Yeah, just copy everything up in the quotes. And then we'll just go here and we'll do echo and then just paste that and then redirect that into cmd.py. And then we just do the sudo that we know. So where is it at? Why am I not seeing it? Oh, it's right here. So we just copy this and then paste that. But we have to have sudo in front of that. So sudo as user Willie or Will, right? Will. Yeah, Will. As user Will. Oh, forgot to put the U, or I deleted it at some point. There we go. Now we go here and we're connected as Will. So now we got to upgrade the shell again. Make sure I get all the flags, right? Did I get Will's flag? Did I get Matt's flag? Flag 5, yeah, live and die by the count. Okay. Making sure I did. All right, yeah, all right. I'm making sure I'm not skipping anything for you guys. So All right. Now if we change directory into will, we get flag 6. And there's no note. So the last usual place to look for escalation besides like SUID bids would be the opt folder. And there's a backups there. So there's a readable, writable to admin root and key. Let's see. We are admin, so we can read this. So if we just cat opt, and it's base 64, this is by the end. So we'll just base 64 decode that. And we get a private key. So I'm assuming this would be roots since it's owned by root. And we're just an admin group. So if we just copy this and then go up to our computer up here and then just open up a nano ID RSA and then just paste that, save it, and then chmod 600 it. Then we could SSH IID RSA root at, I need to copy that IP address because I didn't save it on this. And then yes. Any second now, and we're root. So now if we just ls, we get the flag 7, and that's the end of this capture the flag. Like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, hit me up. Peace.